This is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the wildest, most extreme version of the legendary 911. A car built with one clear goal: to dominate the racetrack while still wearing a license plate. The GT3 RS isn't about luxury or comfort. It's about raw performance, mechanical precision, and an obsession with perfection. Every inch of this car has been engineered to extract every last fraction of a second from each corner, each straight, and each lap. When you look at it, you can tell immediately. This isn't a regular sports car. It's a racing machine that just happens to be street legal. The massive wing, the wide stance, the vents, and the aerodynamic details. Everything has a purpose. Nothing here is for show. The heart of the GT3 RS beats with pure motorsport DNA. It's not just inspired by Porsche's race cars. It is one. Every piece of technology, from the aerodynamics to the suspension, has been developed with lessons learned from the track. This is the car that takes the spirit of Porsche's racing heritage and turns it into something you can experience every single day. It's precision, it's power, it's passion. This is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. The story of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS begins long before the 992 generation. It's a legacy that stretches back decades. Built on passion, precision, and a relentless pursuit of performance. Since the very first 911 rolled out in the 1960s, Porsche has been perfecting the balance between everyday usability and race-winning capability. But the RS badge, that stands for something special. Rennsport, German for racing sport. When you see those two letters on the back of a Porsche, you know it's something serious. Every generation of GT3 RS has pushed the boundaries of what's possible for a naturally aspirated sports car. From the early 996 GT3 RS, stripped down and raw, to the 997 and 991 models that refined both speed and precision, each one has carried forward the DNA of a true driver's car. The 992 GT3 RS represents the peak of that evolution. It's not just an upgrade, it's a transformation. Porsche didn't set out to make it a little faster or a little lighter. They set out to bring race car technology straight to the street. Every innovation, every detail, every design choice, all of it stems from Porsche's experience on the track. From the 911 RSR to the 911 GT3 Cup. The result? A car that doesn't just continue the legacy. It defines it for a new generation. The GT3 RS isn't about nostalgia. It's about progress. The ultimate expression of what the 911 has become after 60 years of relentless evolution. At first glance, the Porsche 911 GT3 RS looks absolutely wild. This isn't a car that tries to blend in. It's a statement of pure function over form. Every curve, every vent, every opening has a job to do. From the moment you see it, you know this is no ordinary 911. The bodywork is wider, more aggressive, and carved by the wind itself. The large intakes on the hood and front bumper direct air through a central radiator. A design lifted straight from Porsche's GT race cars. It's not just for cooling. It's part of an intricate system that controls how the car moves through the air. On the sides, you'll notice deep cuts in the fenders and sculpted vents that reduce turbulence and guide airflow cleanly toward the rear. Even the mirrors are shaped like aerodynamic blades, designed to squeeze every possible advantage from the wind. And then, of course, there's the rear wing. Massive, unmistakable, and mounted with swan neck supports, just like on Porsche's endurance races. But this isn't a fixed spoiler. It's active. It automatically adjusts its angle to balance drag and downforce, and even features a drag reduction system, a DRS. Similar to what you find in Formula One, the entire car looks like it's ready to attack the track, even when it's standing still. The proportions are classic 911. but every surface has been sharpened and reimagined for aerodynamic efficiency. This design isn't about beauty in the traditional sense. It's about purpose. It's a car that wears its engineering on the outside. Every line tells a story of speed, control, and downforce. The Porsche 911 GT3 RS doesn't just look fast. It is fast, even before you start the engine. If there's one word that defines the 992 GT3 RS, it's aerodynamics. This car isn't just shaped by the wind. It uses the wind. Porsche's engineers have taken what they learned from the 911 RSR race car and brought it directly to the street. At the front, the traditional 3-radiator setup has been replaced with a single, large, centrally mounted radiator. It's positioned at an angle, just like in a full-blown race car. That change freed up space on the sides, allowing for more advanced aerodynamic elements, like active flaps and precise air channels that balance cooling and downforce. Every vent, every curve, and every surface works together to manage airflow. The front splitter pushes air under and around the car, while the side blades and louvers on the fenders reduce pressure buildup in the wheel wells. The air exits cleanly, keeping the car stable, even at extreme speeds. But it's at the back where things get truly special. The enormous swan neck rear wing doesn't just look dramatic, it's fully active. It adjusts automatically depending on your speed, braking, and steering inputs. When you need maximum grip in a corner, the wing tilts up to increase downforce. When you're flying down a straight, it flattens out to reduce drag. And yes, it even has a DRS button on the steering wheel, just like a Formula One car. Hit it, and the wing opens up, letting the car slice through the air with minimal resistance. The result? Up to 860 kilograms of downforce at 285 kilometers per hour. That's nearly double what the previous GT3 RS could generate. And more than some hypercars that cost twice as much. This level of aerodynamic control doesn't just make the car faster. It makes it smarter. It adapts to you, to the track, and to the conditions in real time. The 911 GT3 RS isn't fighting the wind, it's mastering it. At the heart of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS lies one of the most remarkable engines ever built. A 4.0-litre, naturally aspirated flat six. In a world obsessed with turbochargers and hybrid systems, Porsche has chosen to keep things pure. No forced induction. No electrification, just raw mechanical power. This engine produces 518 horsepower and 465 Newton-meters of torque. But it's not about the numbers. It's about the way it delivers them. The throttle response is instant, razor-sharp, and completely linear. The sound builds from a deep mechanical growl to a spine-tingling wail as it climbs all the way to 9,000 RPM. It's an experience few modern cars can match. The powertrain is paired with Porsche's 7-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission. It's faster than any human could ever shift, yet it feels organic. Precise when you want control, seamless when you want speed. Each gear change is like the snap of a rifle bolt, perfectly timed and brutally efficient. Power is sent to the rear wheels only. No all-wheel drive here. This car demands skill, focus, and respect. It rewards the driver who knows how to balance throttle, grip, and courage. Every component under the rear deck lid is crafted for performance. Lightweight pistons, optimized intake systems, individual throttle bodies, all designed to make the engine breathe, rev, and sing at its absolute best. And yet, despite all this technology, it retains something magical, a mechanical soul. You feel every pulse of the flat six, every vibration through the chassis, every shift as a conversation between man and machine. This engine isn't just the heart of the GT3 RS. It's its identity. It's proof that Porsche still believes in the purity of naturally aspirated power. Even in an age of electrification, the result? A car that doesn't just accelerate. It connects you to the essence of driving. When it comes to performance, the Porsche 911 GT3 RS isn't about top speed or straight-line bragging rights. It's about precision. It's about how fast you can go through a corner, not just down a straight. Still, the numbers are impressive. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes just 3.2 seconds. Top speed, around 296 kilometers per hour. But those figures only tell part of the story. The GT3 RS is designed for the track, where its true character comes alive. Every detail, from the engine response to the aerodynamics and suspension, works together to create an experience that's brutally efficient, yet beautifully connected. On a tight circuit, the car feels like an extension of your own body, predictable, responsive, and unbelievably fast. Thanks to its advanced aerodynamics, the GT3 RS can carry incredible speed through corners. That massive downforce keeps the car planted, giving you confidence to brake later, turn sharper, and accelerate sooner. The grip levels are so high that it almost defies physics. And then there's the braking. Carbon ceramic brakes bring the car to a stop with surgical precision. The pedal feel is immediate and consistent, lap after lap, no matter how hard you push. Launch the GT3 RS on a straight, and it punches forward with ferocity. But what makes it special isn't the acceleration, it's the control. Every time you turn the wheel or touch the throttle, the car responds instantly. There's no delay, no hesitation, just perfect communication. On the road, it feels alive, intense, focused, and demanding. On the track, it becomes something else entirely. A racing machine that happens to be legal for the street. The GT3 RS doesn't chase speed for numbers. It chases perfection in every movement, every shift, every corner. It's not about how fast it goes. It's about how it goes fast. If the engine is the heart of the GT3 RS, then the chassis is its nervous system. The part that translates power into precision. Porsche has engineered the 992 GT3 RS to handle like nothing else on the road, borrowing heavily from their motorsport expertise. The suspension setup is a masterpiece of race-inspired design. At the front, Porsche has used double wishbones, a layout lifted straight from their 911 RSR race car. This configuration improves steering response and keeps the front tires perfectly aligned with the road surface. Even under extreme cornering loads, the dampers are fully adjustable, both for compression and rebound, allowing drivers to fine-tune the car's behavior for any track or driving style. Even the suspension geometry can be altered, a level of customization that used to be exclusive to professional race teams. The track width has been increased, giving the car a wider stance for greater stability. Combine that with the incredible downforce generated by the aerodynamics, and you get a car that feels glued to the asphalt, no matter how fast you're going. Porsche's engineers have also optimized the weight distribution, using lightweight materials like carbon fiber and aluminum to keep the car as balanced as possible. Every gram counts. Every component has been placed with intention. On the road, you can feel the precision immediately. The steering is unbelievably direct. It's not just responsive, it's telepathic. You don't tell the GT3 RS what to do. You think it, and it happens. The suspension doesn't just absorb bumps. It communicates. You feel the texture of the road beneath you, the grip of the tires, the limits of traction. It's information, not discomfort. This is what Porsche does best. Taking racing technology and refining it until it's usable, intuitive, and perfectly balanced. The chassis and suspension of the GT3 RS are not just mechanical components. They're the bridge between man and machine. In this car, every turn becomes a conversation, every corner a test of trust, and the GT3 RS never breaks that trust. Step inside the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and you'll know immediately. This is not a place for luxury. It's a cockpit designed for focus, precision, and control. Everything inside serves a purpose. Nothing is there by accident. You're greeted by lightweight carbon fiber bucket seats that hug your body like a racing harness. There's no soft cushioning, no massaging function, no excess padding, just perfect support for high-speed cornering. The seating position is low, the visibility is wide, and everything you touch feels engineered for driving. The interior is stripped down to the essentials. Weight saving is the priority here. Even the door handles have been replaced with fabric pull straps. A signature RS detail that reminds you this car was built for the track. The materials are all business. Alcantara, carbon fiber, and lightweight plastics dominate the cabin. There's a roll cage behind you, optional as part of the WISEC package, an exposed carbon weave running through the dashboard. It's raw and purposeful, like sitting inside a piece of precision engineering. The steering wheel is a work of art, compact, perfectly weighted, and trimmed in Alcantara for maximum grip. It now includes rotary dials for adjusting suspension stiffness, stability control, and even the active aerodynamics, all at your fingertips. You don't need a computer to change the car's behavior. You are the computer. The digital cluster ahead of you is simple and functional, focused on revs, lap times, and essential information. Porsche could have filled it with flashy graphics, but they didn't, because this car isn't about distraction. It's about connection. Even the sound insulation has been reduced. You hear the engine, the transmission, the tires, and even the tiny stones pinging against the wheel arches. It's all part of the experience. Every noise is feedback. Every vibration, information. Inside the GT3 RS, comfort takes a backseat to clarity. You feel connected, alert, and ready. Everything here reminds you of one simple truth. You're not in a luxury car. You're in a weapon built for precision driving. Driving the Porsche 911 GT3 RS is not like driving any other car. It's not easy. It's not relaxing. It's intense, brutally focused, and completely addicting. From the moment you turn the key and bring the 4.0-litre flat six to life, you feel it. The car doesn't just start, it awakens. The engine roars to life with a raw mechanical sound that fills the cabin. Every vibration, every pulse, travels straight through the seat into your chest. Pull away, and you immediately notice how sharp everything feels. The throttle response is instant. The steering, so precise it almost feels alive. Even at low speeds, you can sense the car's purpose. It's always ready, always alert, waiting for you to unleash it. On an open road or a racetrack, the GT3 RS transforms. The harder you push, the more it gives back. Every input you make, every turn, every shift, every braking point is met with a perfect, immediate reaction. There's no lag, no filter, no electronic barrier between you and the machine. In corners, the car feels like it's reading your mind. The grip is unreal. The aerodynamics press the car into the road, giving you confidence to go faster than you ever thought possible. The chassis is so well balanced that it almost feels impossible to unsettle. But when you do reach the limit, the feedback is clear. It warns you, not surprises you. Then there's the sound. The flat six screams behind you as it climbs to 9,000 RPM. A pure metallic wail that sends chills down your spine. It's not just noise. It's emotion. It's connection. It's the sound of perfection. On the track, it's easy to forget this car is road legal. It feels more like a race car with license plates. Every lap pushes you to improve, to brake a little later, to carry a bit more speed, to be smoother with your inputs. The GT3 RS doesn't just make you faster, it makes you a better driver. But perhaps the most amazing part of all this is that it still feels like a Porsche 911. It's demanding, yes, but it's also familiar, intuitive, and alive. It doesn't intimidate you. It challenges you to rise to its level. Driving the GT3 RS is not about comfort or convenience. It's about connection. It's about feeling every heartbeat of the machine and realizing that, for those few moments behind the wheel, you and the car are one. The Porsche 911 GT3 RS isn't just a sports car. It's a statement. It represents everything Porsche stands for: precision engineering, relentless development, and an unshakable connection between driver and machine. In a time when many performance cars are going hybrid or fully electric, the GT3 RS stands as a celebration of what driving used to be, and what it still can be. No turbos, no gimmicks, just a naturally aspirated engine, a flawless chassis, and the purest driving experience money can buy. It's not a car that everyone will understand. It's loud, it's harsh, it's uncompromising. But for the people who get it, for the ones who live for that feeling behind the wheel, the GT3 RS is perfection. This car isn't built to impress on paper. It's built to deliver an experience that numbers can't describe. Every part of it exists for performance, from the wings and vents to the pedals and steering wheel. It's an engineering masterpiece, designed with one mission: to be the ultimate expression of what a 911 can be. When you drive it, you realize this isn't just a car. It's a connection to Porsche's racing soul. It's 60 years of history, distilled into a single machine. It's the kind of car that reminds you why you fell in love with driving in the first place. The Porsche 911 GT3 RS 992 isn't about getting from point A to point B. It's about everything that happens in between. The emotion, the sound, the precision, the control. It's not about being fast. It's about feeling fast. It's not about technology. It's about emotion. And it's not about showing off. It's about driving. This is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the ultimate track weapon, the ultimate driver's car, a masterpiece born from passion, perfected by purpose.